So week two of being stuck at home and doing whatever we can to stay busy. And we decided to do another student interview this week, but we decided that it could be fun to have a brother's perspective during this time and see how the two of you are driving each other a little crazy, but also what you're doing as a family to stay a little sane during this time. And so we got Micah and Jacob to jump in and to be the suckers this week to interview with us. So what is the thing right now that you're missing the most as you've gone through the first couple weeks of this quarantine kind of stuff? What is the thing that you're missing the most right now?
For me, I think it's school because school, it's all my friends are there and teachers are there, so it's just everything that I even do, and it just keeps me busy because I manage all the sports, so I'm just there from like 7:30 to 5 every day, so it's just like my whole life there, and so I mean that's definitely something that I miss the most.
For me, I mostly miss just being able to see friends all the time and being able to have like the freedom to get out of the house. I can't really get out of the house anymore. Just stuck in here. So
Yeah, there's turns out there is such a thing as too much free time, it would seem.
yeah, I get bored easily.
Um, so kind of speaking along those lines, what are some things that you guys are doing to try and, keep yourself sane while you're locked up or, to keep each other from getting at each other's throats?
I've been walking Stewie a lot, so he's definitely getting out and getting exercise. So I don't know if he likes it, but he's been going on a lot of walks. And I mean, working for my grandpa is always nice because that takes a lot, and I'm just there and not home, so nice to do. And painting and just hikes and trying to do anything to fill an hour, pretty much.
Yeah, I work for my grandpa and going over there it gets me out of the house and new area. And even though he follows me there sometimes, so I'm not really getting away from him, I guess. But
Yeah, it's at least something to focus on, so that's good.
yeah,
Have you found yourself like learning some new things or like doing something unexpected that you didn't think that you would do to pass the time, or like gotten back into something that maybe you had kind of given up on or just not done, but now that you have some extra time, you just find yourself just doing something random that you didn't expect before?
What I have started doing is like back when I was, I don't know, maybe I was like 10 or 9 or something, I folded like origami boxes, like 10 tons of them. And I would just stack them up in my room and there would be no purpose of them, but I would just fold origami boxes. And so I've just been doing that a lot.
I've been playing guitar more, which kind of hurts my fingers because they don't have calluses anymore. And I was painting a little bit, but I never finished because I'm lazy. And I've been watching like movies that I've always wanted to watch. Like I never seen Forrest Gump, but I watched that yesterday. I watched the Fast and Furious movies. What else? The Star Wars movies, stuff like that.
You're getting some good ones there. I mean, as much as I like the origami boxes, I can definitely get behind the whole Fast and the Furious saga. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Did you go Star Wars movies like in chronologically, like as they were released order, or did you just go like in like full chronological order? Like what was the strategy for the Star Wars movies?
I went like full chronological, like the prequels and then the originals and then the new ones. I didn't watch any of the in between stuff. That's too much time.
That's
Very
still
nice,
pretty
very nice.
committing with the new ones in there now.
Yeah.
So on a little bit more serious note, what kind of things have you guys been praying for, or like what do you think God's been teaching you right now in this time where you've been just at home and isolated?
I think for me, like one of the main things I always like control things, and it's like, there's nothing really to do. I'm not, at school, I'm in like the highest, I'm in 8th grade, I can kind of do control things, but at home it's, I can't really do that. So praying to kind of just like, be like calm, peaceful with the situation and just like go with the flow and like things like that.
I've been using my time to pray about like the future. I guess. Like I've been trying to use all my free time at like plan for the future, like college and scholarships and stuff like that. That's all confusing. And I have the time, so
Yeah, I definitely feel the like what Micah was saying with the uncertainty and just kind of praying for God to have control because there's really not much we can do other than wash your hands and stay inside, kids. It's
Yeah.
kind of what you keep hearing, but it's definitely a little unsettling when there's not much else you can do to affect the situation.
Do you feel like as you're praying now, or as you're spending some extra time in that kind of mode, do you feel like you feel more connected to God in this kind of time, or do you feel like you're less connected because of the uncertainty and because of the questions and things you have? Like, how are you feeling like you're processing some of that connection?
I think it's probably a little more connected. I mean, I've always I did quizzing and stuff, but now I've had a lot more time to do quizzing, and I've been just reading the Bible more because I have time and studying and going through my flashcards. But I mean, I think it has brought me closer, especially because it's always go, 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 go. You're focused on kind of the next day. And now, it's like you have nothing to do. And so it's kind of just you know, just focusing on the more important things.
yeah, I feel closer too because I have so much more time. Like I've actually been reading my Bible, and you have more time to pray and stuff. And I don't really mind the uncertainty. I think it's fun.
So as we announced, I think it was last week, Katie Estle is stepping out of youth ministry, and so throughout these interviews and these times too, we'll do some more later. But we wanted to give a chance for your best Katie Estle stories that you have, and so through this time, hopefully you had a chance to think about a couple good ones. But what's your favorite Katie Estle moment that you can share? Because I know not all of them are shareable, so that's another thing too. But which ones can you share?
I think it was really hard. It was really hard to think of them because they all kind of run together. It's just every time I see her, there's a new story. But I think my favorite one was so it was at our house, and I think Noah was there, and I think Jacob Estel was there.
Mhm.
And there were a couple other people there. And there were a couple funny stories. And so first we started playing this game. It's like those Jackbox TV games, right, on our PS4.
I
And we
remember
tricked
this. I remember this, and I love it so much.
Katie that we're playing with foreign people.
Because we changed our usernames.
Yeah, we all changed our name to different
French names and
foreign names, and we tricked her that we were playing with it was just hilarious. She thought it was so cool. She's like, I'm gonna get this for my dad because he would love to, she thought it was amazing. And then later that night was when we made her think she was invisible. And that was probably the best. I couldn't stop laughing because she started crying. She just started it was just amazing, all of that in one night. It was just
You gotta walk them through. You gotta walk them through the getting her to think she's invisible. That's quality. You gotta walk them through. What was the
blanket, right?
yeah.
the way
So
that
we put her we have her sit down in the chair, and then Noah comes over and he covers over her with a blanket, right? And then he does this or whatever, and then she pulls it off, and we all just think make her think she's invisible.
We pretend like we don't see her at all.
And it's just so funny, and it goes on for probably 8-10 minutes, and she just starts walking around, and she'll pick up something, and we're like, oh my gosh, there's a floating phone. And then we eventually we have her sit back down, and then I think it was my dad or something, he comes over and pretends to take a picture with her, and then we do it, but we don't really take a picture. It was before, when she wasn't actually sitting there. And so then we show her the picture, and it's him in the exact same position, but she's not there. And then that just really did it for her, and it was amazing.
We did it twice, right? But
We tried to do it
fall
again.
for it the second time.
I think she really was convinced.
The first time,
Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Jacob, do you have a separate story?
Yeah,
where you
I mean,
chime in?
he took my story, so.
I mean, we've known her, I mean, she used to babysit me when I was 3, so we've known her for a long time. So
And you survived. You survived being babysat by Katie at 3. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's quality. Any last thoughts from you as you've journeyed through this COVID-19 first few weeks? Like what are just maybe some like closing thoughts, just ways that you feel like for you as you've been reflecting on the differences in life or the challenges or the changes, like what are just some things maybe that you that come to mind as far as like just where you're at and just things that maybe you're processing through a little bit.
I think it's been really nice because like it's always go 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 go, and then there was spring break, and we didn't really know what was happening during spring break, and I already hate like spring break and summer. I just like I can't find anything ever to do, and so I just love the going and the school, and so already spring break I was just like let's just get through it, and then it was till April 10th, and then I was like okay, and then now it's the rest of the school year, but I think it's been really hard to just like I've expected like all of like the doing things and being able to do a whole bunch of stuff, but it's also been nice to just be able to like this is all I have. There's no other choice to being to do stuff. And so it's just been nice to be like, okay, now it's just this settling down. And it's just like, I have like 2 hours of school each day, it's not a lot. So it's just like been a lot of downtime and focusing and like because I don't, I like to go, 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 but I don't think it's always good. It's nice to just um, relax.
Yeah, for me, it's like I always would say that I don't want to go to school, or like if I could, I would do this if I had the time. And now that I have the time, it's like there's nothing to do, and I'm just bored and sitting here and not doing any of that. And I'm like almost looking forward to when my teachers send me schoolwork because
Mhm.
there's really nothing to do. So it's just showed me that maybe I don't want all this free time, and maybe I should do something with my time. That's uh builds me, I guess.
Productive.
Productive.
A new appreciation for the stuff that you didn't used to like to do. I
Yeah.
like it. Well, hey, thanks for taking a few minutes with me and Noah and filling us in on where you're at. And your Katie story was impressive as well. I like this. So we'll keep hanging out. But as you're going through and as you're looking at all the other interviews that we do, but I would just encourage you guys to jump in on all of those videos and things that we're doing and commenting and hanging out.